sun is nice, though.
It is. I think that should be all right. I feel like we're crooked.
Maybe
We
it's
are
us and not the
crooked.
video.
It is early in the morning. Who thought of doing these at 8:30 in the morning anyway?
9.
Nine.
Oh, it's 9. Who
Yes.
thought of it feels like
You
8:30?
did.
Well, it's that or be interrupted with the store.
I know. Good morning, Eleanor. We have Eleanor on. We have
We have a few
7
people
Yeah,
on.
we do have a few.
See our sunny day
Yeah, we
shining
got
through the
sun
window.
coming through here.
Either that or it's your halo glowing, one or the other.
Maybe that's what it could be.
Although we did have snow, a dusting of snow
we did.
last night.
We did.
Not much.
We have a big transport truck broke down in our yard. And I'm thinking, oh, wouldn't that be nice if that was all fabric?
Yeah, but it's not.
It's Midland.
Mhm.
I heard him put the brakes on this morning. I heard it slow down. Okay, we'll wait for a few more people to get on. Good morning.
Do you like my
Seraphine?
candy cane toe? My peppermint
Oh,
candy
hi,
toe?
show people
Isn't
that.
Oh
Show
yeah,
people.
right. Because I'm so flexible.
She's got a peppermint
Can
on
you
her
see?
toe.
This is as flexible as it gets, people.
Oh, good morning, Phyllis. Hi, Janet. Okay. We are kind of winding this up, aren't we, Twyla?
We are.
Potentially, if you wanted this to be your last class, it could be.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do this again, though, aren't we?
Yes.
We're going to do
Yeah.
something like this again. Karen's on. Hi,
Good
Karen.
morning, Karen.
Does my hair look okay today, Karen?
I think you look really nice.
Karen is in Halifax today watching.
Oh, is she?
Yes.
Oh.
Good morning, Nancy. Okay, so we are going to actually give you 3 blocks today, and we are also giving you the layout to the pattern today, so that if you guys potentially wanted to go along and finish this up, you can be done with us.
So,
Hopefully not. But we are also going to show you the option on how to make it bigger. We are not going to go through the steps on how to make it bigger, but as you all know, I was making 2 of these quilts at the same time. So I have finished my first quilt with the borders on it. It's all quilted, all bound, I might add.
and it looks good.
It looks good. I like it. It's totally different than the country one.
It is.
And you guys might not even recognize it as the same quilt. Really? Because there's so many
Yep.
different blocks in it.
But that's what's so
But-
neat is that you can
Yeah,
personalize this.
yeah.
And there's been so many nice pictures of people that have done that and changed it up.
It's been nice to see all the different
It has.
takes on it. So thank you, ladies. Make sure when you get your quilts finished that you share, because we want to save the pictures and maybe do an album of them all. So I guess I will show you the next 3 blocks. We're doing 3 blocks today, are all applique blocks.
If you choose.
If you choose. If you don't want to do applique blocks, we will give you the sizes of each block, and you guys can.
There's a few like common sizes that you could do piece blocks
Yes.
to work in there, whatever.
If applique isn't your thing, don't
Mhm.
worry. You can do a piece block, and just do what's in comfort to you. I mean, if applique stresses you out, don't do it. I kind of like applique. So I am going to show you block 1. What size is this?
So there's actually 2 of these blocks that are this size.
This size, exactly.
So these ones, you may want to start by, just hold it up
Okay.
and show them. So when you first start, you may want to start by cutting it a little bit bigger, like 9 by 17. Do your applique, and then you're going to trim down to 8.5 by 16.5.
Yes. When you applique, sometimes it takes up some of the fabric. It makes your block a little bit smaller. So I usually cut mine like a 1/2 inch bigger then, and then I trim down too.
So the only thing to remember when you're doing that is not to put your pieces so close to the edge that,
That
you're
you
not
can't.
you're not allowing yourself enough room to trim down or whatever.
Yeah, I know that white streak is the sun coming in. Can we turn a little bit more?
Yeah.
Let's turn a little bit more so that streak doesn't bother you guys.
There, that looks better.
That
How's
looks better.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there.
So there is block number 1. This is very similar to what the actual pattern used. with a few little tweaks.
And you're going to see, so we may as well show the pattern. What do you think?
Let's show it.
So you guys are going to recognize this if you
Who's
follow.
the author? Get the author's name.
Is it that?
I thought there was a lady that did it.
I'd say it's this
Quilting Treasures.
Designed by Wendy Shepherd.
Yes, I knew there was a name. Wendy Shepherd designed this for Quilting Treasures, and it is called Spring on Bleeker Street. So that is what your quilt is going to look like.
And if you've been following along on Deb's quilt project page, that was shared as a free pattern. Oh man, I can't remember how long ago. It's been a while though.
It's
like
been
maybe
quite
in
a
the
while.
spring.
Yeah. So
we will bump that post up to the top of the quilt
Yes.
project page because the whole PDF to download is in that post.
Yeah. So as you can see, all the different blocks that we've actually worked on, the flying geese. So this is how it's going to get laid out. Thank you, Christine. I had a guardian angel. So yeah, isn't that cute? I love the house. So you can see there's a few add-ons that aren't in the patterns. The birdhouse actually has a little butterfly that you can now go back and put on. And the house also has a sun up there that you can go back and put on. So we've tweaked it, we've changed it, but we really love the original pattern too. So if you want to do all of your patterns, your blocks, the next 3 blocks, the same, go ahead, because then your quilt would look pretty much like this.
So the 2 blocks that Deb's showing today, or right now, is
Is
this one and this one.
Yes.
And if you look around those, you will see that those are, do you remember a couple weeks ago I gave you the homework that you had to do
These little pieces.
the little pieces, the 8-inch, the 1.5 inch, there were 8 in some of the strips and there were 18 in the other strips. So that's going to, once you trim your block down to the 8.5 by 16.5,
frames each
you're
block.
going to frame each one of those with
Isn't
those.
that cute? I love it. So what do you guys all think of that? Do you like it? I hope you do. I do.
And so then
so
the
again,
other thing we're going to show is today, she said there were 3 applique blocks. So these are the 2 she just showed.
yeah.
And then there's this one in here that has a little bit of applique, but it also in the pattern calls for some embroidery stitching.
Yes.
So if you're not into embroidery stitching, you're going to see that Deb has really personalized her block, and you
Yes.
can do whatever you want on it, or you can tackle the embroidery if that's something you want to do, or you can totally do it different.
People are saying they love it. Good. I was hoping you guys weren't going to be disappointed. Give us some feedback on how we ran this mystery. If you liked it, if you'd like to see some changes. I know our first one was pretty.
There's been some bumps. I'm sorry, guys.
We tried our
best. It's been
best.
a learning curve for us. But
so yeah, we'd like to hear what you think of this sew along. It could be over if you're happy with this size, or we
so
can
that
go on.
size was at, it says right here. So that finishes at 64 by 68 if you just want to throw.
If you want, yeah.
So now when Deb shows you her nautical quilt today,
Yes, I love it.
she has that all done and enlarged with borders,
That you
and
could
it will give you
potentially
some
use.
ideas of ways that you could enlarge your quilt if you wanted to make it, because you
So
enlarged yours to a full queen.
Yeah, people love to sew along. Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Good.
So this is one of my blocks I've showed. This is one. And this is another one.
So your applique pattern for those blocks are in the download that you're going to see today. So I chose to do Lori Holt blocks.
Yeah, she did different. She forgot one of her blocks today.
Well,
Darn
the
it.
one I forgot is the one that goes in that small one, and I did pieced words. I did the word joy in that
And it's
small one.
absolutely
It's sweet,
huge.
and I left it on my sewing table.
We'll get a picture.
So this is the start of one of my applique blocks. I've got to put some buttons for eyes and whatnot on my snowman. But just to show you, like, this is the Lori Holt method. So I'm going to, once I get my second tree turned,
You're going to put another tree.
I'm going to put another tree there or whatever
Oh,
next
that's
to
going to
it.
be cute.
So you can do whatever you want. And
Awesome,
the Lori Holt
Phyllis.
method is the one where you sew the interfacing on and then you turn it. and shape it out with your handy dandy thingy there. What's that called again? The point to point turner, or something like that. So you just turn it. So when you do this method of applique versus the type that Deb does, Deb pretty much has to stick with some kind of either a zigzag or a blanket stitch or a satin stitch.
I like a blanket stitch,
because your edges aren't finished. But in this type of applique, because your edges, once I get them all pointed out and pressed, because they're actually finished and there's no raw edges, you can actually finish with just a straight stitch. If you don't have a machine that does a decorative stitch or whatever, this is an option that you can do.
Okay.
So
a poker outer, Debbie kills.
A poker, that's exactly what it is, a poker outer.
I have another block to show you guys. I don't think I can pick it up.
You don't think?
I don't know. So
show them.
You're gonna show me.
So this is the one that this one here. So she's totally changed it up because Deb didn't want to do embroidery stitches. Can you imagine that?
Didn't.
So instead of doing this little tiny bunny with these little flowers and the embroidery, Deb has taken and done more applique. And that block, when you start for this other block, you may want to cut it about 8 by 17 to start, and then you're going to trim it down to 7.5 by 16.5 when you're done.
Okay.
So can you?
So you're going to show me
what?
I'm going to trace this bird on here, put it on here, and then I'm going to show them that block over there.
Sure.
And then we'll take them out and show
I
them the
know.
block. The quilt.
The quilt.
The quilt that I made, I wanted a specific colorway. I wanted something that was really muted. I'm hoping you guys can see the color on here because it's a soft color. It doesn't even, it's not my typical, well, it is blue, so it is typical, but it's kind of soft.
There's a surprise, it's blue. They never would have guessed, right?
No. Okay. So I have one more block left to applique, and I am going to put this little bird.
So on
mine.
her, she needs to put a bird. But the other thing that you need to, on the original pattern on the birdhouse one, there's like a little butterfly or something there. So you can put whatever you want. I decided to go with a bird on mine. But all of that is in the PDF that you're going to be able to see and download today. So do you need me to hold this for?
Yeah, you probably should, so that you can see me.
Can you open that up? Okay. Let's see. We get things turned around here. Okay. So just as a review,
I'm just going to trace my bird.
So she's just doing a freehand here, like. And are you using Steam-A-Seam?
I am using Steam-A-Seam Light. I typically like Wonder Under, but this was closer. I like Wonder Under, but Steam-A-Seam's good.
What are you doing? Are you putting that on there?
Yeah.
Well, with that material?
I think it's going to be cute.
On the country one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a bluebird.
Oh, okay. You go, girl.
This is the colorway.
Obviously, I wasn't thinking that.
Obviously, she didn't like my bluebird color. Would you have picked a different one?
Yes, I'm not convinced that goes, but more power to you. It's your quilt. You do you. I've been enough trouble.
Tell me how you really think, Twyla. So I've ironed it to my fabric.
Oh dear.
Okay, so maybe my bluebird won't be the.
I bet some of you guys are going to agree with me.
Okay, I'm going to put this on there. I know it doesn't go with that block, but in the country scheme of it.
But you know, they do make blue country material. You know that, right?
Well, just wait till you see it.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait.
See? He's a cool bird.
Yeah, he's cool. I'm just not sure it quite goes, but oh well. Oh dear.
I thought, okay, so this is my block.
So this is the little block where the bunny was.
That's the bunny block.
So she decided she didn't want to do embroidery. So isn't that cute what she's doing?
Yeah. So I put it all black because I wanted it to be like a silhouette. And then I put that little splash of red. Just
So there's just a touch of burgundy in
just
the
a touch
center.
of burgundy.
And now she's going to put this really nice bluebird. I'm sorry. Actually, it doesn't look bad. I might have to take it back.
I think once you see all the other country colors, like this is, yeah, I think it's going to work.
It's your quilt. You do you. I have enough trouble running my own life. I can't run yours.
You try.
I do try.
Okay, so this is my, maybe I will change my bluebird. Do you think my bird should be black too?
I don't know if it should be black, but I'm not convinced it should be. Like, all your other stuff is really... Oh, Shelley says he goes.
He goes.
Carol Ann says they like the bird. They love it. Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you for validating Deb's choice.
Okay, so I was going to applique, but you guys know how to applique. You can go back on my videos, and I'm going to do a blanket stitch all around all these blocks. So you just, once you get the peeled on, then you just peel these off and just put it in place and iron it. So that's pretty simple.
And once again, she uses the invisible...
And the invisible thread.
The invisible
So let's
thread.
go out and look at the quilt.
Yeah,
Let's take
this
them out.
is so exciting. Wait till you guys see it.
Well, they might not like it as much as I do. It was the look I was going for.
Oh, they all like the bird.
Oh, they all did?
Yeah, they do.
All right.
I've been outvoted, which is great. Okay, here we go.
Here we
I got to
go.
get back.
Yeah.
What do you think of her nautical quilt?
I'm trying to stand in the sunlight so it doesn't put... That's my nautical. So I should have brought the pattern out to show what I replaced. Let me go get the pattern.
So what do you guys think? So do you see how she enlarged the original pattern, and she totally switched up her blocks in the center of this? She added the lighthouse block. She added the
So instead
seagull.
of the tree in the house, I just took the size and cut out this. I just replaced it. The seagull replaces the applique block. And then these two blocks, that block, and oh, I changed the bottom layout. Yeah.
Yeah, she totally made it her
I
own.
totally did. I just took the measurements and made my own blocks.
Yeah.
So I really liked her layout. I really liked her idea with the pinwheels going around. So out here is where your quilt will stop. And then we will give you the measurements and the dimensions for the staggered flying geese and the squares here. And then it's just 2 more borders after that. And it makes the quilt 97 by 102.
2 roughly, I think, is
Yeah.
what it was when we quickly measured
Yeah.
it this morning.
So I really like the splash of red. Shelley Hansen, I really like that splash of red, whether you do or not.
Well, she'll like the quilt
She'll
because
like
it's
it.
all blue.
Because it's blue, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. That's,
Isn't it absolutely adorable?
I'm really happy with it. It's really light colored for what I typically do, but that's the look I was going for.
So her background, that was that whole, what was that line of fabric called?
It was Northcott's something, Fusion.
No, that line. That wasn't Fusion, was it?
This stuff, it was Northcott's Fusion. I'll go get the bolt to prove
Is
to
it Fusion? I thought it was like, okay.
Northcott
I didn't
Fusion.
realize that's what it was called. Look at that. Okay.
So it's all
So that was what all of her blues and all of
it all
those,
came from the same collection.
even the background that she used, it was
Yeah.
all the same collection that she used.
So I have bundles of this collection, and I still have lots of yardage left. If you like that collection, then you can do one too. I love the sailboat. Anyway, so that's it for today, everybody.
So we will bump that post up.
Yep.
So that you guys can see the PDF and download it if you want to get your instructions for putting it together. And we will type up and add the measurements for her staggered flying geese.
At another week, not today.
Yeah.
That's
So
for,
so next week we're not
we're
here.
not here. Yep.
So the week after we're going to do a bit more detail about how to enlarge it. And
if you guys have any trouble with the layout, you can ask
yeah,
that
on
at
that
that time.
So that would be a good time. It gives you 2 weeks to start to actually finish your applique blocks and then try to get your
Layout.
start your layout and
if you
figure
have
out.
any questions for the layout, bring those questions to our next class. And
Yep,
we can
which
help
will be
talk you
2
through
weeks from today.
And I'm hoping I have mine done by then. I don't know. But anyway, so that's the mystery. It's not a mystery anymore. I hope you like it. And give us any feedback that you would like to give us on this. And so we can grow and get better and do another one, hopefully. Anyway, thanks for watching. And thanks for sewing along. And love your blocks.
Yes,
You
they've
guys have
been
done an awesome
wonderful. And it's just so nice how everybody
doing something different.
doing something
And
different, and you
inspiring
see
us.
the personalities like in the
Yeah.
quilts, like
Yeah,
what
it's nice.
what everybody's drawn to. It's really nice.
And you can pick out colors on whose block belongs to whose.
Yeah, almost as soon as you see the picture before
You
you
know
read it,
who's
you
doing
can
it.
almost figure out whose it is,
Yeah.
right? It's awesome.
Anyway, okay, that's it for today. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
See ya.